Hello everybody. So this is our, there's Chewy came up from the back. This is our first YouTube video we've ever done. We're doing an unboxing video of Disney Infinity 3.0. There's only like one shot to do this because, you know, you get everything on the first day and, you know, you want to unbox it. And, you know, you got like I said, one day before we crack all this stuff out of the package and then we play with it. So this is my son Michael. So we're Michael and Michael. So we're M&M Skylander and Disney Infinity guys, right? We got just about everything. So like I said, this is our first video, but we're pretty stoked about this today. We basically have gotten just about every Skylander and Disney Infinity character. Some variants, some rares. There's actually some stuff in some videos in the future I'll bring out that you know, we found we got pretty lucky to find around. What else can I say? So yeah, we are from Canada. We're from Ontario, and we basically, you know, a lot of this stuff here is hard to. That's not necessarily hard to find in Canada, but at the same time, you know, there's supply and demand, and a lot of the stuff that you get here, you know, we might only get, you know, today we actually were pretty lucky. We found out about this a few weeks ago, but I didn't pre-order it, but I was lucky our local GameStop, or EB Games in Canada, had a couple of them left. They were pre-ordered, so people were kind of in there early this morning to pre-order. We pre-ordered, online I actually pre-ordered the Power Discs, and I had pre-ordered the Saga bundle, which obviously we're pretty stoked about that, you know, with your with the Boba Fett, and we actually did the pre-sale thing, which our people didn't even know about. I had to ask them, you know, can you please get it for me? The Toy Box Takeover was a free bonus for pre-order. What else did we get today, Mikey? Oh, Ezra. We were not expecting to get Ezra today. Oops, trying not to cover our faces. We were not expecting to get Ezra today, but he was at, so EB Games here didn't open until noon, and we had pre-ordered from them, so we kind of had to wait around to get, you know, to get there. So we said, hey, why not go over to Toys R Us, see what they have for now. And like I said, we were really impressed to see Ezra, so we're kind of stoked to get Ezra. And like I said, Zeb was kind of like a EB Games Canada exclusive. Yoda we pre-ordered as well, and Kanan, while we were you want to cover your face, bud? While we were in EB Games, somebody said, oh yeah, there's, you know, Sabine was supposed to be a Target exclusive in the US, but you know, we got Zeb here, and then we were able to find Kanan, which was at Walmart. So I guess Walmart had gotten them on launch day. Sabine, like I said, we pre-ordered her today. Apparently she comes out on September 20th. I think that's the same day as Skylander Superchargers, which we're huge Skylander fans. We actually got into the Toys of Life stuff when he was really little, well, about 5 years old, because one of our cousins started in Skylanders. We had no idea, and then we turned into like total Skylanders kind of aholics, and that kind of branched over to Infinity 2.0. That was our first, you know, experience into the whole Infinity thing, right? Yeah? What was your favorite characters from Infinity 2.0? 2.0. Avengers.
Hulk.
Hulk? Who else? You love the toy box. So Mikey is totally into the toy box mode. He loves all the building of toy boxes and stuff. I'm more of like, you know, I don't really have time. You know, my job and whatever, you know, when I come home I want to just play. You know, I'm going to probably be playing the Toy Box Takeover. And we had it on PS3, and then now I pretty much bought a PS4 just so I can get, you know, the best experience graphics wise for the game. Like I said, we're pretty excited. What I plan on doing in the future, we might not do as many kind of gameplay modes, gameplay videos, because I haven't really gotten that kind of setup yet. But what we want to kind of do is give a Canadian perspective of the whole Toys to Life market. You know, I've been to places at, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning kind of waiting for them to open, and to get like the Splatoon 3-pack for amiibos, and we're also in amiibos too. Not as much. I don't find amiibos are a great value for what you get. Their rarity and stuff is just insane. But like I said, the Splatoon amiibo 3-pack, we saw them on launch day, like when they came out, and then we never saw them again. And then I showed up at a store one day because somebody else in the online had said, hey, I was going to buy it from them on Kijiji and pay like $50 so we can unlock all that content and stuff. But in the end, the guy said, hey, you sound like a good guy, you want to get this stuff for your kid, and it sounds like you guys are enjoying what you're doing. It's at your local EB Games, and be there like first thing in the morning, and it'll probably still be there. So instead of the guy going out and like basically buying it for $35 and charging me $60 for it, the guy was super nice. So in the past I've bought and sold some amiibos. Mostly we've traded games, right? So I got like a few gold amiibos and silver amiibos, and we traded for like Mario Mansion 3DS or something like that. So just to kind of, it's tough to get stuff here in Canada. So sometimes you can make a few bucks, or chaos traps. That was a big thing down here. They kind of went, people went nuts for them. So show off your T-shirt today. So put your thing down. So Mikey's got cool Rebels. We really love Rebels. Surprisingly, it was a great addition to the whole thing. I've got my crazy Stormtrooper T-shirt here. It has like a bunch of the different characters and stuff from Star Wars. My head's kind of stuck in the picture. So we're going to kind of move this stuff out of the way. You can hold on to that. Like we're super excited. I'm just going to kind of move some stuff out of the way so we can get a clear shot of what's going on over here. And like I said, I plan on like, message boards. I want to kind of get out there. Oh yeah, and this, Mike was really stoked to get this today because, I've even watched Frozen once or twice. It's a great movie. Olaf apparently has some really cool kind of abilities and stuff like that. But he's pretty much the only other guy that we got out of it. And like I said, pre-ordered the Power Disc as well. I love what Disney's done with the Power Disc now. I don't even want to go into mention what I've done or how I've gotten a lot of the other Power Discs. I got like all the 2.0 Avenger Power Discs, and then I kind of started going crazy, and I got a lot of 1.0 Power Discs and rare Power Discs. But I'm really glad I think the last they did, it was Marvel Girl, and who was it? What was the name? Falcon's flying suit. Those two last rare discs. But that was awesome. They did that in the end because it was kind of getting crazy. I'm spending hundreds of dollars and trying to get all these power discs, and in the end I'm just looking at them and going, yeah, they're kind of useless. So yeah, that's really cool they did that. We didn't get the Tomorrowland discs. Again, there was a couple, it's nice to see that what you get, but we're not into Tomorrowland, and the discs and stuff were not I didn't find them to be that kind of exciting. But so here's the deal. So obviously a lot of people know, PlayStation exclusive to be able to get the Boba Fett character right there in this massive box. In Canada, this did retail. I think we got it for $115. I think it was the same price at Toys R Us. There wasn't a lot of people at Toys R Us or EB Games. We were quite surprised. Even the guy at Toys R Us, we kind of visit Toys R Us once or twice a week, probably at least once a week. Look for rare amiibos, look for anything that's out there. And he was even surprised to get these, and we were kind of talking about it. And, I don't want to say the demand and everything is kind of slowing down a bit, but, maybe the Toys to Life segment, a lot of the kids are kind of growing out of it, moving out of it. But this whole Disney thing, or this whole Star Wars thing was like, I grew up watching Star Wars. I think one of my first movies I can remember was Empire Strikes Back. Always loved all the Star Wars stuff, and having my little characters and using the sewer grates is to pretend that it was like the Rancor pit and stuff, and dropping them in, losing these Star Wars characters that are worth like hundreds of dollars now if you have them. So like I said, this was the Infinity. I thought with 2.0 with Avengers, they didn't do a great job, but that Avengers thing kind of really pulled us in, and we have maybe some future videos. I'll show you guys our collection. We have a lot of different stuff, right? We have almost all the characters of all the different versions. But yeah, we'll get into this right now. Like I said, we're really excited. got a knife out. This thing, it's a big package.
Make the chewy noise.
It's not the greatest chewing. My son loves it. Everybody is, even my the rest of my family always wants me to do the chewy noise, but some days it comes off a little bit better than others, right, bud? So yeah, so what else was part of this exclusive was the ability to be able to get the Rise of the Republic, I think that's what they ended up calling it, with Luke and Leia. So it launched too. From what we understand, Sabine was available US pre-sale or launch date, but not in Canada. Well, we pre-ordered her today. We'll get whenever. Apparently, she's the most advanced figure to create, but hopefully her gameplay and stuff is just as good as the character model. Oh yeah. So I just did a couple cuts, which I think were the ones that I had to do. Hopefully, and I gotta figure out how to get this thing out of here now.
Whoa.
So yeah, just like a slip cover. It came with a cool slip cover over top. Like I said, I apologize for our crude. If you even saw how we have to have a tripod and everything, but we figured, you know what, you got one shot at this. Get it done the first time and get that video out there. And like I said, we've been doing so much stuff with Disney and with stuff. I figured eventually we might want to actually start doing some videos. Oh, cool! So out of the box, you get the retail starter edition, just like how it looks in the store. Yeah, whoa, eh? What I think is actually a great price, $65. Out of the box, you get your Portal game in the play box. It's a really good deal, I think, and you get a couple characters and the actual what do they call this play set, bud? Do you remember? It's not Rise of the Republic, but it is Twilight of the Republic playset. So that's what they call it. It's Twilight of the Republic, so it makes sense. It's you get Anakin, Ahsoka. In the disc, there's actually, we can see a couple of cards underneath. Not a big deal, or you'll probably find a million of these unboxed online of this, but these ones are a little bit cooler. We'll just kind of, one of the box goes out, we'll slide it. And what else I got? Oh, pull that out. Oh, pull that out. Flip that over, bud. Show the crowd. Awesome. So you actually get like the retail version. It's creased a little bit. Daddy will probably, I'm not sure if we'll be opening them right away, but a lot of you do know that you can operate a lot of these straight out of the actual packaging. I'm not sure if they did what the Amiibos have done. And nothing else in the box. That's all you kind of get in the box. So, but I guess that's pretty cool because we really love the cover work and the artwork and stuff. So yeah, we were kind of like stoked to see if what that would look like, and that's really cool that they actually just put the retail box that we get back up, bud, so they can see you. And we can get back. What do you think about that, buddy? Whoa. Check that out. Whoa, Mikey's response to a lot of stuff is whoa. I'm surprised Mikey's a little camera shy today because he's a big talker. I thought maybe I'd get about it.
What is that symbol?
Oh, that's his Mandalorian symbol, or his his kind of symbol that he kind of goes by. And then cool enough, so Luke and Leia and the actual play set, which looks like the Death Star that's Rise Against the Empire. So Mikey was kind of asking me today too. He saw, I think on one of the back of the boxes, he saw a Tauntaun, and Tauntaun, and he's like, "Where's that from?" And I'm like, that was from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. And he's like, "Which one's that?" And he's kind of seen these things again for the first, he watched a lot of the movies for the first time last year, so. Just getting kind of used to them, and I'm gonna kind of, now that we have the new movie coming out in December, we're really excited about that too. I don't know how excited I am about the playset coming out for the new movie. I kind of probably would have preferred a Rebels playset, but yeah, it's the way they got to do stuff. You understand, they got to kind of give that whole new movie, new merchandise, new kind of feel, but I would have probably much rather had a Rebels playset. So, but it's pretty cool this time around. You're going to be able to use the different characters in the different playsets. So that's pretty cool. Back of the box, I said some of you people won't be able to get a chance to see this. The only time you'll be able to see it is on eBay, and on YouTube. You might only be able to see it on eBay as well. Unfortunately, I have a funny feeling some of this stuff will be kind of up on eBay pretty quickly. Apparently, it came out in the UK market too, or the European market a couple days ago. So, you know, I have a funny feeling if I went on eBay shortly after this video, which I probably will anyway, this Boba Fett character will probably be going for a pretty penny. We did pre-order. Who did we pre-order? So we pre-ordered Darth Maul, Sabine. Like I said, that was just today. Chewie, Han, and Vader. So we're kind of stoked to get those characters when they do come out. Like I said, with this Infinity, like I said, the game might be great. Like, you know, the last one we basically bought, 2.0, we bought Donald. We got, what else did we get? I think,
Mickey?
No, Mickey was from 1.0. We got that enchanted Mickey, the one with the hat. The 1.0, and like I said, I was really disappointed the 1.0 characters didn't have the... with the 1.0 characters didn't have like an alternate attack, so you basically had one kind of single attack out of them. 2.0 was our first venture in, so we got all those characters. We had these secondary attacks, and then we bought a couple of the 1.0 characters, just like Mickey and stuff. And then I'm like, where's the alternate attack? Like, what's that all about? So, but those ones we pretty much bought them because they had alternate. No, they had the alternate costumes and the costume discs. So, you know, I got the Mickey costume disc. I got it at some point. I think there was a couple other ones that Mr. Incredible. I actually, you know, Mr. Incredible we picked up used for like $2. I'm like, oh, let me get the Mr. Incredible disc. So, you know, do the costume change. So, kind of a collector. I kind of like to see that kind of stuff happen. But now, you know, like our launch day thing, I think everything you see here probably retailed for about. You know, the starter or the collector's edition Saga pack was about $115 Canadian plus you know, 15% Ontario sales tax, which kind of gets you. And then, you know, the individual characters were about $13-14. We probably could have just walked away with the Saga pack, and, you know, had, you know, quite a bit of content and stuff there. We're hoping Boba Fett flies. One thing we really kind of lean towards in 2.0 is flying characters, right, buddy? Because, you know, you can actually get to different places in the areas very simply without, you know, trying to have to climb up these, you know, random bounce or finding these random bounce pads that were kind of there and that kind of deal. So, yeah, so like I'm hoping Boba Fett could fly. He'll probably have his, you know, his kind of jetpack where you'll be able to upgrade his jetpack hopefully, so he can kind of fly around a bit. But yeah, the rest of the characters, I can't see anyone else really flying. But, you know, so, and we tried to keep, you know, there's a lot of videos out there, gameplay videos already, like, you know, Skylander Boy and Girl, and there's a couple other YouTube channels that I've watched over the years that do something similar to this. They're really cool, but the thing is, they get everything for free. So, or they say they don't, or they do, or I don't know. It's kind of tough. So, what we're going to kind of do is give like a good Canadian perspective of what you can buy, you know, what the value of the stuff is, and you know, like we did, like, you know, some of the first things that we did is we went out and did look at some of their videos, and it was, you know, some good honest opinions, even though, like I said, they kind of got some of that stuff pro bono. They were pretty good to give you an idea of, you know, what you kind of need, what you don't need. Like I said, in Canada, I think the prices are kind of, even though the Canadian exchange rate to the US is about 30 cents right now, I think the price of the original stuff is, you know, the starter pack stuff is pretty close. But, you know, it gets pretty pricey when you start getting out there and buying all this stuff. So, you know, some things you can wait, like this will come out at Christmas time, I think, so they're smart, it'll be full pop. But maybe, you know, at Christmas time, the what's the Inside Out playset? Maybe you might get a deal where you buy, like, you know, one and get one free and that kind of stuff. So, oh, one thing to note too. So, I believe so. We did get the starter pack, but, you know, everybody's heard of the you know, you can get the toy box only if you wanted to, like, starter pack. I think we saw it on the Wii Network for like $20. So. We'll probably end up getting that because we have a Wii U as well, so we'll probably end up getting that where Mikey can just do his toy box thing on the Wii U when Dad's not around, because you know, the PS4 is kind of more of Daddy's toy. You know, what I didn't see in stores and what I thought would be there today is the actual playset with Ahsoka, Anakin, the Rise of the Republic playset. So in none of the stores, Walmart, EB Games, nor Toys R Us, did they actually have that playset. So I'm wondering if they just wanted to kind of discourage people at launch, get the playset for $65. It is a better value, I think, maybe in the end. I was kind of thinking about just doing a digital download of the game because we have a portal, and but paying the $35, you actually save money when you buy it in the package. I sometimes like a download better because I don't need to have a disc around. We don't have a lot of games on our systems. We kind of play, or for the Wii U, I'll download and put the stuff on an external hard drive. I just find with the kids it's easier than fumbling around with discs. I always like to keep discs, in good shape and stuff, but, digital download might be the way to go for some people. You get the digital download of the game. They don't have to keep popping discs in and out. You have your old portal. It's $20 Canadian on the Wii U network to get the actual toy box mode. And you can kind of pop figures around. So that's the whole thing. So that's the one neat thing about it. You can kind of get different stuff and intermingle it between the different consoles. So yeah, like I said, that's kind of our unboxing of the collector's edition. Like I said, you might watch this video, you might see a million other videos about it, but we're glad to kind of put that out there for you. Posting it, I'll be trying to pretty good. I'll try to get this video out there pretty quickly. This is kind of crude. It's our first video. It's just, we're going to do it now, or else if we don't do it, we'll never do it because all the stuff will be kind of unboxed. And, well, feel free to, if you have any comments or you have any questions or whatever. Like I said, I've been in, Mikey enjoys playing this stuff, but I've been collecting and buying this stuff and kind of have a pretty good idea of what you might need or what you're looking for. Be able to answer any questions. And take care. Happy playing if you guys do get it.